precious ones. Here we are together, another fresh day. Let's take a deep breath and check in with ourselves. The cats scared me. They're in the closet back there. Okay, so let's just check in with ourselves. Yeah, I even woke up this morning knowing I felt something. Cat, stop. I woke up with something in me, like weighing on me, and I'm dealing with some hurt, but also with guilt because I know I hurt somebody. And I felt hurt at the same time. But if I was just hurt, I'm able to like process it, think, where's that hurt coming from? What little part of me is being triggered, kind of, and I use that word in a general sense. Everyone has these little parts of themselves that things will activate, if that makes sense. Triggered really is a good word for it. So it's like if it was just a little hurt I got, in a conversation or something, I'm able to kind of work through it, but I feel guilty that I know I hurt somebody else. And so that is something I'm working on this morning, so that I can feel it when I do my breath. I don't feel like clear, empty. I have this little thing kind of just weighing on me in there. So I'll work through that today. It's one of the things I'll be, when I go to church this morning, it's Sunday, I'll be laying it down at the altar, giving it to the Lord. So that's what I'll do today to get that out of me, get it out. So I'm your morning maven, and I'm grateful you're here with me. Each one of you is irreplaceable with your own unique experiences, wisdom, and light that you bring into the world. Whether you're sipping on your first cup of coffee, and I have a cute mug here today I'll talk about, or if you're easing into your morning routine, now this is mine, and you might be, it's Sunday, but when you're a mom or a new mom, single mom, the work never ends. So, and those of you who might be dads, single dads, or people out there who wake up and every day is a working day. So let's see, let's share a little wisdom, inspiration, and conversation. Today is a gift, a brand new page filled with possibility. Let's open it with kindness and curiosity. We'll chat about what's happening in the world. And remember, we're still growing and learning. I know I am. So grab your favorite mug and let's welcome this day with open hearts and gratitude, because every morning is a chance to learn a little more. And I'm so happy you're here. So my cup I have to talk to you about first. It says, "Stop me before I volunteer again." It's this like kind of like a 50s looking lady in front of her home, and she's just smiling this funny smile. So stop me before I volunteer again, because that's my thing. This last week, I love to help and I make myself available to people, but then I had to skip my Bible study, and then I had to tell somebody no twice, but yes once, where I could help them last week. I was supposed to spend time with my other friend. She wants to go do something. See, yeah, I have really fallen down over volunteering for stuff, but I like it. It keeps me busy. And some of the things I volunteer to help with are paid. I get paid for things, so that's nice. So I guess it's not volunteer, it's work. Let's see where I was going with this. I was gonna drink my coffee. It's yummy. So today I wanted to talk about happiness, and behind me you'll see this board that I made, this presentation I made for a small groups fair at my old church. In 2019, they were encouraging the whole church, like invite people into your house, invite people out to a little event or to go do something. Keep it, the idea was small groups, like 12 people or less. And I came up with so many ideas. I was so excited. But the one thing I did, we had 3 semesters throughout 2019. The one I did all three semesters was a happiness small group. And coming into 2019, I was working for a federal agency, and we had a shutdown at the end of 2018 over the Christmas holiday. And we were shut down for 35 days. So there's people who were forced to keep working and not knowing when the shutdown was going to be over and they'd get their paychecks. Of course, we'd get all that back pay, but some people were wrecked. Some people, their mood, they were just almost unbearable to be around. Just the negativity just eked out of them. And then there were some people I noticed who were fine, and maybe they were still living with their parents, or they, like me, I had a husband who was supporting the main expenses. I was still new with the agency. I had just started in October, and then like 2 months later, or September, got out of training in the end of October, and then a month later, we're not getting paid, but being forced to keep working. So, it was just at the end of 2018, I was like, how are some people just able to keep their spirits up, and how are some people completely wrecked? It was so night and day. And so I started researching, and a lot of happiness is biology and genetics, but you can, your surrounding, you can put in effort to be happy. So that's all the stuff I was looking into. What things could you do that could bring happiness or build on your innate happiness or lack of happiness? So the first thing, the very, very first thing, when I started my research, is gratitude. It cannot be overstated how much you can't be angry when you're thinking of all the things to be grateful for. And you can't be thinking about all your past trauma and, actually, I guess if you're reframing your past trauma into a success, like I made it out of that, I'm a better person for having gone through that and came out on the other side, that, and you're grateful for that. So I guess you can think, but you can't be in that negative mind space while you're counting all your blessings. So, so I had 3 semesters of this happiness group. I always start the first one with a gratitude journal. So people would come over, we'd watch YouTube videos about how to make a gratitude journal. We'd have all our supplies laid out. People could bring their own notebook if they already had one started, and we'd have a prompt like, what are the top 3 things today that you're grateful for? And then people would take their gratitude journal home and keep journaling. Then one time it was like, the words you speak, your internal dialogue and the words you speak out loud can affect your level of happiness. So we potted little plants, and we watched this video of how it was a scientific study where they had 2 identical plants, like in different enclosures or whatever, and they'd speak mean words to this one, like, you're such a gross plant, you're ugly, you're never gonna grow the way you're supposed to, and they speak kind words to the other plant, like, wow, look at you, you're growing and you're so loved, I love you, you're just this beautiful plant, and it made a difference. Like, one is withering and one is growing. So the words the thoughts, the intentions you have can create growth, a environment where you can be happy if you're struggling with happiness. So that was one of the other ones I would do every semester. Taking a nature walk. We got out and took a walk one time with duct tape or masking tape around your wrist with the sticky side out. And we took a nature walk, and the stuff we would find that was interesting to us, like a dead bug or or little rocks. Like if something caught your eye, you could put it on, and you have this cute little wristband. And actually, when I was teaching a couple years ago, or last year, over a year ago, I did that. I was the PE teacher, and so that was one of our activities we did one day, and the kids loved it. They loved it. It was so fun. So if you get a chance, maybe this week, go stick a piece of tape around your arm, walk outside with your family, and see if you can find some cool things. My daughter always finds the craziest things interesting, so she'd pick up something. Even my son, I remember they were with me, and just like your eye is drawn to different things than someone else's. So yeah, let me think of another one. Coloring, just relaxation and meditation, which a lot of the coloring books can offer you. And I do that even to this day. There was a time I was going through, I might have been during COVID or before that. I don't remember exactly when, but I was feeling so down. I was just, it was after my mom passed away. And that was in 2014. I was so empty and broken, and every day I was just struggling. So what I did was I got a coloring book, and I put on, was it Highway to Heaven? I was watching Highway to Heaven from a long time ago, from when I was a kid, and that kind of reminded me of my mom because we'd watch that together. And then also Little House on the Prairie. It was so fun. And I color, and I'd watch those really uplifting shows. So I was also going to talk about things that you should not delegate to others. Happiness is one of them. You can't really depend on other people to make you happy. There are instances, if you get in a good relationship, if your kids are doing well, I do find happiness in that. But I can't outsource my happiness to other people. I have to take control of it. Look into happiness boosting activities you can do in your life, like those 3 things I mentioned: gratitude, nature walks, and the words you say to yourself. But give yourself a little plant. And my group, when we had our little plants, the take home was the little plant, and you were supposed to say sweet, kind words every day to your plant. And you feel it. And even in my introduction and my closing remarks in these videos, I feel those words that I'm telling other people. So let's see here. Things you should not delegate to others. Your health. Are you depending on someone else for your health? Your doctor. You do rely on your doctor. You rely on, food manufacturers, the cats again, the food manufacturers to not put poison in your food, you can reasonably expect that the things you eat will be healthy if you've done your homework, I guess. So yeah, don't outsource your health to other people. Take control of that. As for safety, that's another thing, your personal safety. I have an issue sometimes when police departments put out notices like lock your doors. I'm like, my gut tells me, I'm like, I shouldn't have to lock my door. People shouldn't be breaking into my car. But guess what? We live in a world that the prince of the air, or whatever, that the principalities and darkness is just part of this world. So we live in this broken world, and there are people who will break into your house and in your car. So that is taking control of your safety and the protection of your property. So when you go to a grocery store, you do expect a reasonable amount of safety, and it's reasonable to expect that. But trust your gut. We have been programmed, a lot of us, especially people who are being taught to reach the world, to be accepting and loving and everything. We are taught to kind of not trust our gut. So there's been a lot of times I've seen personally where we've gone against our gut and something's happened. So I know some people have more sensitivity to bad actors, and some of us have been programmed to be so accepting and helpful that we put ourselves in situations. And that's one of those things where it's like, don't believe everything you think. Trust the Lord. That's who you can trust. You can trust the Lord, and we do pray for our safety of our family every day as moms. I know we do. When we send our kids off to school or out into the workforce, I know when I drive my daughter to work, I just pray for her. Like, Lord, please let her have a good day. Keep her safe. And, but there's things you can do. I started carrying spray. What is that? Mace. I got it from actually mace.com to get the actual brand name. There's things on Amazon you can get, but yeah, I just have a little spray in my purse now, just in case, because I'm not gonna outsource my safety. Keep your head on a swivel. I've heard that too. So just be aware, and you can be rude, believe it or not. If you don't feel safe in a situation, I had someone approach me in a parking lot a few weeks ago, or a few months ago. I had a man come up to me in the parking lot trying to talk to me, ask me my name. And I'm like, no, I don't want to talk to you. Oh, no, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't talk to men in parking lots. I'm sorry. And also people have come to the door, and I'm like, I'm closing the door now. I'm sorry. So you almost have to be rude sometimes. Just be aware of your own safety. That was it. The 3 things you cannot outsource: happiness, your own health, and your safety. You are responsible for those. And I didn't get through my board. All these things came from this magazine. I bought that and took pictures. Oh, is it backwards? Anyway, so I hope you have a good day. It's Sunday. I'm going to wrap up. Keep growing, keep learning. Every single day is a day to uncover something new and to stretch a little further. Become more of the wonderful person you are. You are valued and capable, and the world is better with your light in it. Thanks for sharing your time with me. I'll be here tomorrow for more wisdom and heart and coffee. Until then, I hope you have a beautiful day. You are the Lord's precious ones.